Everyone, it's me, Eric. Are you ever in a room or in a social setting where maybe you're just sitting in a group and someone starts talking? It's like at first things are uncomfortable and you feel like maybe they're doing you a favor by breaking the ice. And so this person starts to talk, and then what started out as relief soon turns to dread as you realize the person who you thought was the savior of the situation of an awkward social setting is now the spotlight hog of the awkward situation, and all they can do the entire time is talk about themselves or what concerns them. And eventually, in that same room that everyone was relieved that someone started talking in, this person now becomes the enemy of everyone else in the room. Where you wish they would stop talking. Nobody will say anything. So they'll say, oh, and I have to do this and this and this, and I've got laundry to do, and then I have to go pick up this, and then my kids. I'm chasing my kids around everywhere, and somebody wants to say, so tell your kids no, or get some help, or everybody wants to say something, or you're thinking something, and rarely will anybody speak out and shut this person up. But all you can think about in your mind is just shut up. Please, just shut up. In staff meeting this morning, we had a leadership moment where we watched a video by the speaker author John Ortberg. And in this video, he gives some tips to relational effective leadership. So the type of leadership that comes through reading others' nonverbal communication and their ways of relating outside of what they just say verbally, paying attention to people's feelings and paying attention, Tommy's waving at me, paying attention to the way that they react to certain things, or when they see something you don't like and it's evident, or they're having a rough morning. You wish people could just wear road signs like we have when we're out driving, which almost nobody obeys, but we wish we had those things and that people were easier to read, but the fact of the matter is that they're not. So he gives 5 sort of rules for the road for leaders to help guide us when reading people's emotions. And the very first one is please listen. I gave the example of the person in the room who just goes on and on and on about, what they think must be important to everyone else in the room because they seem to be self-centered, or they seem to just want everybody else to know or relate, but they never stop talking. Well, in the same way, he describes a leader who becomes ineffective because they're constantly worried about pushing the next program, or constantly worried about casting vision and getting people on the same page, that they don't stop long enough to listen audibly and visually to what the people are saying back to them. And it rung true with me. You can tell I set up these video blogs once or twice a week, and I look at the camera and I talk. I talk to you. Maybe you feel like I'm talking directly to you, or you just think I'm full of hot air, and I just like to hear myself talk. It's not actually the case, but I can honestly say I can look back on times frequently where I talk for a living in preaching every week, twice a week on a lot of occasions, and leaders meetings or being with students, and when things are awkward and they're silent, I talk. I fill the silence, and he just posed some interesting points in that we need to realize that sometimes it's good to shut up and listen. And listen by watching what people are trying to say to us through their actions. Even in the world around us, with people that need help and people that are hurting, it would benefit us greatly if we didn't try to just make it through the day with noise, whether it's noise we're making or with just busyness, and we stopped and looked and saw people who need our help on a daily basis, whether it's at the store, reading people's emotions in the checkout line, people who could use our help. And I'm talking about complete strangers here. I'm talking about our friends that we talk to, and when we say, this is one of my favorites of all time, where we say, hey, how's it going? You're passing someone and you're like, hey, how's it going? And they're like, fine. But if somebody comes across with an answer that isn't, just the standard fine, then they're like, well, I'm really having a hard time. And it's almost as if you need to stop and say, hey, look, when I asked how's it going, I was expecting to get a fine back. I didn't need a whole life story and exactly what's wrong with you. And so we just kind of bulldoze over people and forget that people around us need our help, and that we sell ourselves short sometimes, and maybe don't believe or realize that we have anything to offer. But the truth is, we do have something to offer. We have God's love. We have the ability to brighten someone's day with something as simple as a smile. Is something as simple as is there anything I can do to help you? Is there anything I can do to pray for you? And we bypass that just for the sake of our own convenience. So just a simple thought, we think what we need to say is important a lot of times without hearing what others have to say around us, whether they're actually speaking it verbally or not. So hope you all are having a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.